Hello quizzers! In our previous video, we talked about matter, but what exactly is matter? Matter is anything that takes up space and has mass. That means everything around you, your toys, your water bottle, even the air you breathe, is matter. Today, let's review the three main phases or states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. Number 1. Solid. A solid has a shape of its own and a fixed volume. Its particles are packed closely together and don't move much. For examples: toy, chair, book. Second is the liquid. A liquid doesn't have its own shape, but it takes the shape of the container it's in. Its volume stays the same. The particles are a bit more spread out and can slide past each other, like water in a glass. Examples of liquid: water, juice, or milk in different cups. Lastly is gas. A gas has no shape and no fixed volume. It spreads out to fill any space. Its particles move freely and fast, like air or bubbles floating everywhere. Its examples are balloons, steam, or clouds. So remember quizzers, solids are tightly packed and keep their shape, liquids flow and take the shape of containers, and gases spread out and zoom all around. Good job, quizzers! Now that we're done reviewing our last lesson about matter and its three states, solid, liquid, and gas, let's move on to something even more exciting. Today, we're going to explore a brand new lesson called Amazing Changes in Materials. Have you ever seen ice cream melt? Or a piece of wood turn to ash when it's burned? That's because materials can change in different ways. So get ready to discover the changes around us. Let's go! Now that we know what matter is, let's talk about what happens when it changes. Materials around us don't always stay the same. Sometimes, they change how they look, feel, or even what they are made of. These are called changes in materials, and there are two types: physical changes and chemical changes. Let's talk about their differences. Physical change occurs when materials undergo change in shape, size, texture without changing the composition or a change in substance. For example, ice melting into water. It's still water, right? Just in a different form. Or when you tear a piece of paper, it's still paper. Physical changes can happen when we use heat, cold, pressure, or force. That's why you can stretch clay, fold paper, or melt butter. And guess what? No new material is made. That's the big clue, it's still the same thing. Examples of physical change: melting ice cube, ice becomes water, but it's still water. Tearing paper, it changes shape, but it's still paper. Melting butter, solid turns to liquid, but it's still butter. Crumpling a paper bag, the shape changes, not the material. Chopping wood, the wood is in pieces, but it's still wood. Boiling water, it becomes steam, but it's still water. Now let's dig deeper into the different changes under physical changes. 1. From solid to liquid, melting. What is melting? Melting is when a solid becomes a liquid because it gets warm or hot. How does it happen? When something solid, like butter or ice, gets heat, it melts. Heat makes the particles inside move faster and break apart. They loosen up and start flowing. That's how it turns into a liquid. Let's imagine it. Think about an ice cube. Put it outside under the sun. It slowly melts into water. Why? Because the sun gives it heat. Now for number 2, from liquid to solid, freezing. What is freezing? Freezing is when a liquid turns into a solid because it gets really cold. How does it happen? When something like water gets cold enough, like inside a freezer, the tiny particles stop moving so much and stick together tightly. Now it's solid. Let's imagine it. Pour juice into a popsicle mold. Put it in the freezer overnight. Next day, pop. It's hard like ice. Number 3. From liquid to gas, evaporation. What is evaporation? Evaporation is when a liquid turns into a gas and goes up into the air. How does it happen? When you leave water out in the sun, or boil it, heat makes the water particles move super fast. They fly up into the air and disappear. That's water vapor, gas. Let's imagine it. You spill water on the table. After a while, it's gone. It didn't just vanish, it evaporated into the air. Lastly is, from solid to gas, sublimation. What is sublimation? Sublimation is when a solid turns straight into a gas, without becoming liquid first. How does it happen? Some solids don't melt into liquid first. They just shrink and disappear as they turn into gas when they get warm. Let's imagine it. Look at those white balls in your closet. Those are mothballs. After a week, they get smaller, smaller, then gone. Why? Because they changed into gas and floated away. And now let's talk about something amazing called a chemical change. It's when a material or properties changes and becomes something totally new. Acids and absorption of heat are two factors needed for chemical change to occur. Unlike physical change, where the object just looks or feels different, in a chemical change, the material itself changes, a new substance is formed. You can't change it back to how it was before. Real-life examples you can imagine: banana ripening or rotting. A green banana turns yellow, then brown. Can you make it green again? No. Burning wood. Wood turns to ash and smoke. You can't turn the ash back into wood. Cooking an egg. The egg white turns solid. Can it become runny again? Nope. Plants making food from sunlight, called photosynthesis. Plants create sugar using sunlight, air, and water. Rotting vegetables. Smelly, mushy, and not the same as before. And now let's dig deeper about the common chemical changes. Number 1 is combustion. What it is. This means burning. Example: burning wood, paper, or a candle. What happens? The material turns into ash, smoke, and gas. It becomes something new. Number 2 is cooking or heating. Hey, it is not just physical. What it is. Heat changes the inside of the food. Example: frying an egg, baking a cake. What happens? New smells, colors, and textures form. You can't change it back to raw. Number 3. Photosynthesis. What it is. Plants use sunlight, air, and water to make food. Example: leaves making food during the day. What happens? Plants create glucose, or sugar, something totally new. Now for the summary. Physical change. What is it? A physical change is when a material changes its shape, size, or state but it's still the same material. No new substance is made. How it happens? It can happen by adding or removing heat, pressure, or force. Kinds of physical changes. Melting, solid turns to liquid. Example: ice cream melting, freezing, solidification, liquid turns to solid. Example: water freezing into ice. Evaporation, liquid turns to gas. Example: puddle drying up, sublimation. Solid turns directly to gas. Example: mothballs shrinking. Next is chemical changes. Chemical change. What is it? A chemical change is when a material changes into something new. A new substance is formed with different properties. It cannot be changed back easily. How it happens? It often needs heat, light, or mixing with other chemicals. Examples of chemical change: burning wood or paper for combustion, cooking or baking, photosynthesis wherein plants turn sunlight into food. And now, for the quiz time. Are you ready? Alright quizzers, you are given 10 seconds to answer each question. Think carefully, but be quick. Are you ready? Let's go. Number 1. What type of change happens when ice melts into water? A. Chemical change. B. Physical change. C. Magic D. Explosion. Correct answer: letter B. Physical change. Number 2. Which of the following shows a chemical change? A. Tearing paper. B. Melting chocolate. C. Burning wood. D. Folding a towel. Correct answer: letter C. Burning wood. Number 3. Mia left her ice cream outside on a sunny day. After a while, it turned into liquid. What kind of change happened? A. Chemical change. B. It disappeared. C. Physical change. D. Magical change. Correct answer: letter C. Physical change. Number 4. Lucas helped his mom cook scrambled eggs. The eggs turned solid and changed color. What kind of change is this? A. Physical change. B. Colorful change. C. No change. D. Chemical change. Correct answer: letter D. Chemical change. Number 5. Anna placed a naphthalene ball in her closet. After a few weeks, it became smaller. What kind of change is this? A. Evaporation. B. Melting. C. Sublimation. D. Cooking. Correct answer: letter C. Sublimation.